Hello everyone, my name is Sir T-Head and I welcome you to the stream. Last time we were about to visit Senang here in Arcanum. And let's go and do it. I'm kinda curious what's it gonna be like. Unfortunately you cannot teleport there, so you have to walk. That probably means there's some kind of a scripted event that happens when you arrive there. If I had to guess. Oh no. We have been waylaid by enemies. What's that? Goraf. It's like a slime of some sort. Now let's go further. More enemies. Thankfully, our party is ready for this kind of enemy. I'm sure Perryman does his job well as Sog. Virgil is mainly there to heal us. Okay, is this Senang? Seems so. I don't see the brambles though, as it was described in the book. Does not seem like the book was faithful to the to how it looks like. Okay, let's talk to you. Sir, I haven't time to talk. What? I'm here to see Mingorad. You are aware of the procedure. Where is your amulet, Malokian? Oh, that's cool. It's good that I have it. Here it is. Show him the amulet of the Malokian hand. You may enter. My sincere thanks. God, I'm glad I haven't thrown it away. Okay, this looks a bit more gothic, I guess. I'm the guard here. Where is everyone? Your village seems a bit empty. He looks at you suspiciously. What is that information to you? And just who are you? I am of the Molokian hand. I suppose I was simply curious. Then you should know that what we are trying to accomplish. It would be very difficult to achieve our goals were we to stay in our village, would it not? Besides, if the location of our village ever became known by our enemies, they would not hesitate to attack. It's best not to congregate more than necessary, not only for our safety, but to assure our task is brought to completion. Thank you for the information, I guess. What about you, a fine day? Who are you? Hello, may I ask you a question? What do you need, sir? What can you tell me about the Dark Elves? Ask again, and I'll show you something about them. Many thanks, ma'am. Must go. They're not friendly. Don't they suspect me because, like, I am not a Dark Elf, just a usual elf? But for some reason they thought I'm from the Molokian hand. Hello, may I ask you a question? What do you need, sir? What can you tell me about the Dark Elves? No, nobody wants to talk about the Dark Elves. Let's see what's inside of this house, then. Just a chair. Nothing else. I guess there must be a main building somewhere that I have to go into. So far it's just guards. There is a wizard. Looks like someone who would have something to say.
Yes?
Hello, madam. Might I ask who you are?
I am Zan Alurin, warrior priestess of the Dark Elves. And who are you, stranger? You've never before seen the trees of Senang. Of that, I am certain.
One's name is really important, madam.
Oh, really? I'd have to say that I think you're very, very wrong. One's name is often a reflection of who they are, or what they are doing.
That's really true.
To know someone's name is to wield power over them. To give someone your name is often an act of trust.
Regardless, I don't give my name to just anyone.
Caution is the cloak of the wise. And of the breathing. I can respect a man who holds what is dear to him close to his heart. And I think you have much to hold, stranger. Many thoughts and many secrets.
Did she lose some opinion? Maybe she gained it. I haven't noticed. I just noticed that it has changed, but not what it was originally. So you seem one who is no stranger to close and secrets, madam.
You are correct. I am no stranger to those ways. I too hold much in my heart that is not for the eyes of the world. Not often do I meet someone with whom I can share these things. Perhaps it is best that I go.
Yes, some secrets are better left unsaid.
Perhaps you are right, and in more ways than you think. Even I am sometimes mistaken. Maybe you are not the person I thought you were. Good day to you, then.
And I have nothing left to say to you, Dark Elf. Good day. She actually seems to know my name. She says it right here. It's not voiced, obviously, but seems like I have dodged a bullet there. Or a magic bolt. Or a harm spell. Any way you put it. This seems to be the main building. It's exactly the same as the one in the usual village of the elves. Oh, they have half ogres as prisoners. I see. Impudent whelp. You have no business addressing me. I see. Perhaps I shouldn't then. Another wizard. Could we talk to him? No, we cannot. He has a black chest that is magically held. So I probably wouldn't be able to open it if I don't want to fight him. Let's talk to the guard. Oh, he has nothing to say. Should we just move through then? Yeah, probably. There is a noble here, but that's pretty much it.
When my guards informed me a foot soldier of the Malokian Hand was here to see me, I couldn't guess what you could possibly have to speak with me about.
I've come to talk about your banishment of the dwarves. I've come to report on the search for the blimp crash survivor. That could be it. Hiding in plain sight.
Judging from the Hand's famed reputation, I assume you are here to tell me that the survivor has been located and eliminated.
That's correct. I completed the assignment myself.
Wonderful. I assume you are here to collect the payment?
No, I'm here to collect more information.
Why is the Hand interested in our affairs?
It has become our affair. The survivor killed several of the Hand.
Very well. What information are you seeking?
We are looking for the link between the Black Mountain clan and the survivor.
The only link between them would be information that the escaped dwarf passed to the survivor. We don't believe they had any knowledge of each other before they boarded the blimp.
That's very interesting. Where exactly did the dwarf escape from?
The Malokian Hand should have no concern for the whereabouts of a few measly dwarves.
We think the survivor was attempting to contact them.
That would be an impossible task for someone of his limited resources. You will learn nothing from this line of inquiry.
What do you think the dwarf told the survivor then?
We cannot be sure, obviously, but we assume it has something to do with why the dwarves were banished to the void. Sadly, Stenar, the dwarf from the blimp, was one of the most skilled engineers. His loss set our timetable back a fair amount.
Oh, so he came back from the void. Stenar, the dwarf in the beginning of the game. Let me set up the chat. Because it's a bit wrong, but it's fine now. Using baits in your scheme was a stroke of genius.
After all those years of trying to concoct a plausible excuse to banish a group of dwarves, that young fool stumbles in there and walks away with their cherished technology. Aranax himself couldn't have dreamed up a better scenario.
That's some nice voice acting, actually. Believable. Aronnax must have been furious that Stenar escaped.
What did he expect? He has them constructing a technological gate to weaken the ward so he can re-enter this realm, and he's surprised when one of them escapes through it?
Why hasn't Aronnax returned? Stenar made it through.
Stenar had absolutely no magical aptitude. He was able to slip through the smallest opening without any danger to himself. If someone of Aranax's magical power were to attempt to come through before the rift was big enough, it would be an excruciating death, to say the least.
Interesting. I think I have enough information to proceed now. Good day. What would we do now with the information, though? We know that the dwarves are in the void somewhere. But that's pretty much it. Mingorod divulged that Stenar was able to escape through the minimally functioning gate because of his lack of magical aptitude. Mingorod has told me that the Dark Elves were waiting for years to find an excuse to banish a group of dwarves to the void, for the purpose of constructing a gate to enable Aronnax to return. I see, I see. Oh, there's someone there who wants to talk to me, a human thief. They must be of the Molochian hand. Came here to ask questions. Let's see what he has to say. I know who you are. The man before you is thin, wiry, with grey wolfish eyes. He fingers a dagger on his belt. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? The man laughs. You wore the amulet of the Molochian hand. You show no respect to your master. I have no master. You obviously knew nothing of the hand traditions. Haha, a valiant attempt, my friend. I'd have done the same thing myself had I been in your position. His face goes still. And now, I'd know that my ruse hadn't worked. Your ruse? Did you really think the hand wouldn't recognize its prey? We have been looking for you for a long time, stranger. So, you do know who I am. Who are you? He bows slightly. I'm Gideon Lair, first blade of the Molochian hand. I have sought you for a long time, and here you are, having walked into my very arms. Interesting indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm curious, why do the Molochian hand want to kill me? I find it interesting that you were a me weeping boy for a dark house. Yeah, let's say that. I find it interesting that you are a mere weeping boy for the dark house. He laughs, but his eyes betray his anger. The hand serves no one, stranger. The Dark Elves are our most current employers and nothing more. I suggest you keep your tongue in check. Fine, but why is the Molochian hand trying to kill me? Why else? We are assassins, my friend. We have been contracted to kill you. Is there anything else that needs to be said? But why? What did I do? Sadly, you've done nothing at all. The original contract was for a dwarf named Stanner Rockcutter, who was posing as a gnome when he boarded the IFS Zephyr. Oh, I see. You spoke to the dwarf and so involved yourself in his affairs. We have been hunting you ever since. I guess that makes sense that he would pose as a gnome, even though he's a dwarf, because people were trying to kill him. Why did the Dark Elves want to kill Stanner Rockcutter? That is not important to me. The Hand are assassins. We provide a service which we perform very well, and we are paid for that service upon completion of our contract. Nothing else is important, my friend. The Hand has no conscience or morality. We are deaf. That death has now come to you. The Hand hasn't always been this way. He gives you a hard look. What could you possibly know of the Hand, stranger? We have been assassins for more than 1,000 years. Our record is immaculate. Our techniques, those of the oldest masters. You don't know us at all. I know of the Darien Ka, Gideon. I know why the Hand left them. What? How could you? You know nothing. A mere scrap of information, an old name. You don't have any idea what you're talking about. Yes, Gideon, I do. Tell him of the book that Joachim sent you. He's silent for a long time. So you do know of our history. You may very well be the only living person outside of the Hand who knows these things. That we won't serve such evil ends is a shame to us. Why was the Hand so shamed? Do you have any idea what sort of a monster that Kurgan the Terrible was? He discovered all of the dark necromantic arts he used to experiment on living souls, killing them, and then raising them from the dead. Darien Ka were his evil prodigy, and we served them unquestioningly for 500 years. We had never been told of what Kurgan has done. And then your leader, Trellan, found something. Yes, it is said that he found the writings of Kurgan, which described in detail the experiments he used to perform on his victims. It made Trellan sick with revulsion and despair. He vowed to destroy the Darien Ka, no matter what the cost. And yet here we are, making the same mistakes all over again. What? What do you mean? If you thought Kurgan was bad, how about Aranax? Aranax? What the hell does Aranax have to do with any of this? He's returning. The Dark Elves are involved. Tell him everything. I see. Anger flares in Gideon's eyes. We have been lied to. Once again. Someone will answer for this in due time. He glances toward the home of Mingorad. And as for you, I am deeply sorry. The Hand will bother you no more. Thank you, Gideon. Good luck to you. We won't be seeing each other again. He looks around furtively. I recommend you leave here as soon as you're done with your business. Goodbye, Gideon. That's cool. We actually convinced the assassins to stop stop the assassination. I'm still unsure kind of where to go now.
Excuse me, I have something I need to talk with you about.
I see. Yes, Virgil, what is it?
I have to leave. There's something I need to do. Something I should have done a long time ago.
What are you talking about, Virgil?
Listen, I'm sorry things have to be this way. I stayed with you as long as I could. I tried to forget. But it burns within me, won't leave me alone. I have to go to Caledon. If I can, I'll return to you. If not, well, I wish you the best of luck.
Virgil, please just tell me. Let me help.
I'm sorry. I have no choice. I can no longer live with it. I must go and do what must be done. Farewell, living one.
Virgil, wait.
Forgive me, but I must go.
Come on. This place seems to block your attempt to teleport. Yeah, maybe if I get a bit further. No, does not work. I probably need to leave the cell. Like right here, I would be able to teleport probably. Yeah, it works. Let's just go to Caledon. Seems like the only place to go. Would be nice to maybe visit the castle. If we find the marshal, then I could maybe convince him to let the old heir onto the throne, since they're friends and so on. And we met the actual heir to the throne on the Isle of Despair. He was living in a hut. So let's go see what's up. Human noble. Doesn't look like a marshal. But let's talk to him. It's nice to meet you. Might I ask who you are, sir? I'm Prince Auguste Farad, heir to the throne of Ireland. Please forgive me, but you've caught me in the midst of preparations. I'm seeking employment. I was admiring technological gadgetry. I'm amazed by your overwhelming effeminate nature. Okay, I was admiring your technological gadgetry. I'm very sorry, good sir, but today I have no time for pleasantries. Perhaps another day. I see. Not sure where the marshal would be. Maybe he's close to the board. It's interesting that Caledon has such a thing. One of them is probably a marshal, if I had to guess. So let's talk to them. This one is a mage. Yes, my son? Okay. Who might you be? You're not supposed to be here, sir. Please leave. Not yet. Greetings. What does an elf want with me? A nice day. Doors are locked. This one is locked as well. I suppose that Virgil is in the Panari temple. So we could go there if we need anything else. This door is unlocked. Big metal object. So it's some stairs, man. King Farad. Where is the marshal? Oh, what? I suppose I shouldn't have done that. They don't like me being on the second floor. Cannot open the inventory for some reason. Because I fell down. Or is it because of the language setting? I think it's because of the language. Let's go check this floor out. I have to remember not to save, because I think I messed some things up, potentially. Wait, how would you even get there? There doesn't seem to be an entrance. Unless this is how you go there. Maybe I could break the fan? Or is there an entrance? Oh, there it is. Oh, what's going on? They woke up. I guess I should have been more stealthy. Had no idea they were sleeping. I just passed them. Okay, let's load the safe. Go to the Panari temple instead. Doesn't seem like there is a marshal around. Or maybe there is, I just can't find him. And the guard there did not appreciate me being close to the door. Let's not antagonize them unnecessarily. There is also a murder to solve, but I have no idea at the moment what to do about it. I guess I have to find a demonologist, but no idea where he would be, or she. Balthazar 16 looks like classic Fallout. Yeah, I think a lot of the devs who worked on Fallout 1 and 2 worked on this game as well. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Nice to see you. It plays a lot like Fallout as well, if I had to say. In the name of Nasruddin, I welcome you, my friend. How can I help you today? Hello, might I ask who you are? Of course, I'm Alexander, High Acolyte here at the First Panari Temple. The man before you is tall and broad, with chiseled, planar features, a heavy brow, and kind eyes. His hands are huge and heavily calloused. Beneath his robe-scarred forearms like those of a warrior. Greetings, Alexander. Might I ask you a few questions? Of course. What can you tell me of the Panari Church? What would you like to know? Not sure what to ask. What do the Panari believe in? The Panari and their beliefs are centered around the life and teachings of Nasruddin. Throughout his life and in the years since his passing, there has been much written about him by those who knew him, as well as by learned men who have studied his life. What can you tell me about Nasruddin? What would you like to know about him? Who was he? Nasruddin was a very powerful and wise elf who lived during the Age of Legends. As the leader of the Elven Council, Nasruddin was both the physical and spiritual leader of all the lands of Arcanum. For 1000 years he ruled over the council, and the land prospered, and all was well. I see. I must be going, maybe? Wait. He wants to talk to me, though. The Age of Legends refers to a time between 1500s and 1000 years ago. The Elven Council, of which Nasruddin was the leader, was the central authority of all the lands of Arcanum. I guess I just asked him the wrong questions. It's referred to the Age of Legends because much of what happened during that time is steeped in mythology and speculation, but we do know that magic was very prevalent at the time. I must go. Good day too. Doors are locked. Cannot see Virgil anywhere. Maybe I could ask him about Virgil. Who else could I speak to concerning Panari history? There are many scholars here in the first temple of the Panari. The two most learned are Hadrian, the church archaeologist, and Gunther Wilhelm, the church historian. Both are well versed in Panari history and have detailed information concerning their specific disciplines. Where might I find them, Alexander? Each of them have offices just through the doors behind me. When we are finished speaking, I will open the doors for you. Oh, thank you. The door is open now. Lots of jank as well, like You could say it's a really unfinished game, even with patches and so on. There's 2 levels. This one is locked. Maybe I could go down this one. Yes, what is it? Doesn't seem like they might. Dark Elf Guard? What? The Dark Elves at the Panari Temple. That is interesting. What is your business here? I'm here to see your boss. The High Priest sees no one except by invitation or exemptions. How does one get an invitation? Invitations are not God. There is no way to procure a holy invitation. They are only given by His Eminence's grace. Now be gone with you. I'll be on my way then. There's no one home though. So I guess I would be invited. Hello, and who might you be? The man in front of you is a wizened old gnome with wildish grey hair and beard, 3 days grown. He looks up to you, grinning toothlessly. Call me Hadrian, acolyte of the Panari, and the local expert on church archaeology. How might I help you today? Greetings, I'm harmful elf. Might I speak with you for a moment? Certainly. Let's talk about your work. What would you like to know? What do you know of the remains of Nasruddin? Oh, that's a good question. The remains of Nasruddin? What would you like to know about them? Have you seen them? His brow furrows. No, and I'll do anything to see those old bones of his. There are so many questions I could answer, if I could only have a look at them. When he died, how he died, I want to know if his skeleton structure is the same as common elves, or if his prolonged use of powerful magic changed him somehow. So many questions, and I have never been able to see them. Hi CRT, hope you are doing well in these interesting times. Yeah, I'm doing fine actually. Maybe even better than most people. I think it's mostly those that people that do not have like any funds to sustain them, or friends in other countries, because most of the people have moved just to avoid the draft, and they have gotten like credit cards of those countries, so it's possible for me at least to get paid for my work, but it's not true for many other people. Why Hadrian? You're the church archaeologist. Surely you know. Yes, you'd think so, wouldn't you, young man? He raises from his seat, gesturing to and fro. I mean, when the elders need someone to go digging in the dank caverns of the Bangelan deeps, who do they call upon? Or if some poor fool comes across a tomb seal with a Gorgothian blood curse, ring the bell for old Hadrian. I'm hoping you are doing well in these times as well, Balthazar. But why won't they let you see the remains, Hadrian? I have no idea. He throws his hands in the air, appending a stack of papers and what looks to be a cup of dark ale. They speak of desecration and sacrilege, but he lowers his voice, leaning closer. The man is dead. D-A-A-D. I respect and cherish Nasruddin when he taught us more than anyone, but I hardly think he'd be upset if I chipped a piece of bone from his earthly shell. I see your point. I myself would love to take a look at them. Really? Are you a fellow archaeologist, my friend? No, but it's a long story. Tell him all that has happened. Our character here is probably a reincarnation of Nasruddin, so he'll be probably surprised. The living one? You? He pulls back, crossing his arms. I think that's in very poor taste. Do you have any idea what is that you're proposing? Yes. I know it's hard to believe, but you know, we were told to watch out for someone like you. The high priest said that there would be an impostor who would try and pass himself off as the living one. You're lucky I don't have you thrown in chains right here. Wait, Hadrian, this is important. I need your help. He looks at you conflicted. Look, please just leave. I couldn't help you see the remains in any case. If I've ever seen them, they're certainly not going to let you. Well, I see. Well, good day to you. I am well, thanks. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know that people are all doing well. Wait, what's he has to say? Listen, I don't know what to think anymore. I'm an old man, and very set in my beliefs. It's much easier for me to think you're a charlatan than to face the alternative. I understand, Hadrian, and I'm sorry. If the remains are what you seek, he takes a deep breath, looking around, his voice lowers. You may want to wander around the local sewers. You never know what you'll find down there. Perhaps you could bring back whatever it is you come across. Perhaps you could bring it back for me to look at. I'll look around. If I find anything, I'll bring it back. You do that. I'm not sure. I guess I could explore the sewers. I did that before, but I didn't find any skeletal remains of Nasruddin or some such. Maybe if I spoke to this guy instead. Yes, what do you want? Greetings, and who are you, sir? The thin man in front of you is very properly dressed. Instead of robes, he wears a finely made suit. A pair of thin gold spectacles lie across his nose. His features are delicate, but his eyes belie a strength of body and character, as well as harboring a fierce intelligence. He regards you intensely. I am Wilhelm, Gunther Wilhelm. A pleasure, sir. What exactly do you do here? I am the church historian. I have a variety of responsibilities here, from translations to document restorations, as well as authentication of any literary finds. If it's written and it has to do with the Panari, it's my job to know about it. Does that answer your question? Yes. And actually, very well. Might I ask you a few questions then? What is it you'd like to know? Tell me of some of your work. What about my work are you interested in? What are you currently working on? Gunther points at some books on his desk. His movements are quick and precise. Currently I am doing some research on older translations of the Arcanum. I have found some interesting discrepancies that I'm looking into. Discrepancies? What do you mean? There are a few differences in some of the passages that I found in this earlier copy. I'll give you an example. The Arcanum we read today refers to our order as the Panari. The word Panari in the old tongue means light servant or follower, but this older copy I'm studying we are referred to as the Panrens, which means defenders of the gate. Very odd. Well, interesting. Was there anything else? A few minor things. I'm still working on the translations. Perhaps it's something we can speak of later. Of course. A few more questions. There's a statue in the courtyard. Who is that? The statue is of Saint Manax, one of the early elders of the church. Why was he made a saint? Saint Manax was the only person reputedly, he looks you over his spectacles, to have ascended. That is, the spirit of Nasruddin appeared and took his body directly from this plane of existence to the next. If you say reputedly, Gunther, do you not believe? Gunther smiles at you. There is no doubt in my mind that Manax was a very holy man. My belief in an inconclusive set of circumstances does not invalidate that fact, regardless of how that might reflect on my own faith. Were there any eyewitnesses to the event? There were 2 eyewitnesses to the ascension of Manax. One was an elf named Randar, and the other, what was his name? Khan Hua, I believe. Their accounts of the incident were almost exactly the same, and both were beautifully written. I see. A few more questions. What did you want to know about Saint Manax? No, not about Saint Manax. Do you have something else to talk about? I had some questions about the remains of Nasruddin. What would you like to know about them? What do you know about them? Me? I know very little about them, save for the documents we have associated with their discovery and a few research documents about the sarcophagus itself. Hadrian, the archaeologist, would have more information about specifics. Yeah, he didn't have any. Do the church records say who discovered them? Yes, let me see. He pulls a weathered tome from the shelf. Here we are. The elf's name was Kanhua. Wasn't the person who witnessed the ascension named Kanhua? Why, yes. It's at least the same name. Let me look at the years. Discovery of the remains happened within a few years of the ascension of Saint Manax. I never realized that, but you are correct. That very well must have been the same person. Don't you find that strange, perhaps a little convenient? Yeah, you're very curious about this whole affair, my friend. What is it your real interest in this? It's a long tale. Tale in what happened? That we are the living one, basically. I see. Gunter studies you for a moment, calculating. You tell me that you are the sole survivor of the IFS Zephyr blimp crash. Yes. Gunter is silent for a long time. Then a silent smile comes over his face, and he takes your hand in his. I was wondering whether you were going to tell me. I've been looking for you for a long time, you know. The rumors are abound, and we'd heard you might come calling. I'm so very glad you decided to put your trust in me. Well, Gunter actually believes we're the living one. Thank you, Gunter. I really need to see those remains. Listen, my friend, not everyone here is sympathetic to your cause. Hadrian the archaeologist is one who you need to speak with, but be very careful. He's an old and loyal friend, but believe in you will come slowly to him. He will be the best source of information regarding the remains of how you might see them, but tread lightly. Subterfuge might be necessary. I remember that. No, thank you, my friend. Return here when you've seen the remains and tell me what you find. I may be able to help you once you know what it is you're looking for. I will, Gunter. Okay, let's actually see now what we have to do. Because I have explored the sewers and I haven't found anything of use there. Oh, there's no note about him. About the archaeologist. Oh wait, there is. It says here about Hadrian. Didn't want to speak with me anymore, yeah. Nobody has access to the remains. I do not want to go down to the sewers again. Hello, Hadrian. Could you spare a few minutes? Certainly. I'm still looking for the remains of Nasruddin. I've told you all I can about that, unfortunately. Now, was there anything else? Yes, a few more general questions. No, nothing I can ask him, I don't think. Maybe I could tell this guy about the blimp crash. Hello, Alexander. Do you have time for a few questions? Of course. I've been uncovering some strange things, Alexander. Really? Just what are you talking about? Gunter has discovered something about the name of the Panari. Alexander seems unperturbed. That is strange, my friend, but it seems a fairly trivial thing. There are small differences in almost every translation. This was probably just an honest mistake. Was there anything else? There were a few more strange things. Tell him what Gunter told you about Kanua. This seems to bother Alexander a little. That is an interesting fact. Perhaps there is something amiss here. Was there anything else? Well, I think that's it. Doesn't seem like I can convince them. Maybe there's something about the artifacts that's amiss. Could I talk to you about your work? Tell me about some of the objects you have here. Which one would you like to know about? What is that, a skeleton finger? Yes, that is the finger of Saint Manax. His finger? Why is that here? Legend tells of a time when Saint Manax had been captured by barbarians. They were plundering the surrounding countryside and were holding Manax for ransom. He told his people to refuse, so the barbarians threatened to cut off one of his fingers if he didn't comply. Manax calmly picked up a knife, told them there would be no ransom, and cut it off himself. Sounds like a hard man. Yes, he was when he needed to be. Is there anything else you would like to know? Now, what is the glass device? We don't have any idea what that is. It sure is pretty though, eh? I guess. What is that black gem? That is the Eye of Krakatur. Really? It's a beautiful stone. No, I mean, it's really the Eye of Krakatur. When the council was banishing him, he put up quite a struggle. Somehow the monster's eye got put out, and someone found it as they were cleaning up. Dreadful creature Krakatur was. If you ask Alexander about who's been banished over the years, he'll tell you the story. Now, perhaps I'll do that. Are they for sale? No, these are priceless church artifacts. I couldn't part with them for worldly riches. I see. I was suspecting at first that these artifacts are some kind of a Dalai Lama quiz. So, because he's the living one, he would probably have connections to these items, maybe. But it doesn't seem to be that way. Let's talk to Alexander again. I've been uncovering some strange things, Alexander. Doesn't seem like I can ask him about that. Have some questions about Aranox. Who was he? Aranox was an elf of the original Elven Council during the Age of Legends. According to the histories, Aranox was a very evil elf. He had personal interest in gaining control of the Council and using it for his own dark ends. Aranox thought that not only should the elves rule, but that they should subjugate the other races. Nasruddin came to our defense. Where is he now? Aranox was banished by Nasruddin and the Council after a large battle near the Ring of Brodgar. Aranox had waged war against the Council. It is speculated that he had tried to wrest control of the Council from Nasruddin for his own purposes. Nasruddin died from wounds he received in the battle. You say he was banished. What does that mean? When someone is banished, they're sent to what is known as the Void. And the Void, what is it? Well, my friend, that's an area of some debate. Many say that the Void is an actual place, a plane of existence where the evil pay for their transgressions for all of eternity. Others say that the Void is merely a state of unbeing, not a physical place. What is known is that when someone is banished, they are no longer here, and they cannot come back. How is that any different from death? Death, as proven through magic, is sometimes a temporary state. Entities can be resurrected. There is no resurrection from the void. Banishment was a permanent solution, a punishment for the highest degree. It's never done anymore. There are those who believe the knowledge of how to do so has been lost forever. I happen to know that some do come back from the void. He arches an eyebrow. Oh, really? And just how would you know that? Because I've spoken with someone who's done so. And who exactly has done so? It's a long story, tell it to him. So you're telling me that you're the sole survivor of the crash of the Eye of a Zephyr? Yes. Do you have any idea what that means? It's you. You're the living one. It's a miracle. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Out of proportion? This is an astronomical event. The return of Nasruddin, the final battle, the end of all we know. It's a new beginning, the most amazing... Fine, I'm the living one. Do as I say and shut up. Of course, he composes himself, but just barely. Forgive my excitement, exalted one. We have waited for you for a long time. Let's keep this between us. Of course, but you must listen to me. We were warned by the High Priest to expect your arrival, and he told us to scorn you as an impostor. For some reason, he refuses to believe. I can understand his position. This whole thing is a bit odd. Alexander laughs. There are times when all of us find it difficult to follow the path chosen for us. In the end, does it really matter if you weren't? You seem intent on discovering what has happened, and already you and Aranox have crossed paths. If you thwart his plan, you will have played the role of the living one. Is there any difference in the end? I suppose not. I just wish people would stop trying to kill me. I'm not worried. You've come this far, regardless of what you think. I feel that fate has chosen a worthy champion. Now, how can I be of further service? Yes, what can I expect from people around here? You should be very careful about who you reveal yourself to. If you speak with Hadrian the archaeologist, you may not want to tell him. He's a great man of faith, but he's old. Belief in you will come slowly. Yeah, you told me that. Thank you, I'll remember that. More questions? Some strange things? None now. What can you tell me about Nasruddin? Would you like to know? Where is he now? Nasruddin has been dead for more than 2000 years. How did he die? Nasruddin died after he and the council banished Aranox to the Ring of Progar. Where did he die? According to the Arcanum, Nasruddin traveled to the southernmost tip of the land and there laid himself to rest. That is why we are here. This temple is built over his remains. Oh really? And where might I find these remains? The remains of Nasruddin are just below us, in the lower catacombs. There is a stairway through the door behind me that leads down the burial chamber and the sarcophagus in which he is encased. Unfortunately, only church elders and pilgrims are allowed to see those remains. I see. That's quite unfortunate. Maybe we'll have to fight our way through. Or we should just speak to the guards. Maybe they'll understand. Convince them we're a pilgrim. Hold there, what business have you there, friend? I was wondering where this door led to. This door leads to the tomb of Nasruddin. I see, might I go take a look? I'm sorry, but the only people, beside church elders, who are allowed to see the remains of are the Panari brothers and sisters on pilgrimages. And we haven't seen one of those in a long time. Oh, I'm on a pilgrimage myself, just in to see the remains. I'm sorry, but you don't wear the pilgrim's robes, and I don't appreciate being lied to, stranger. I recommend you be on your ways. Good day to you. I guess I have to find the robes. Maybe there's one in the chest? Yeah, I knew it. Let's wear them. Maybe I need to throw some stuff out. Cannot throw away. Oh, I guess because I had it in the hand. I cannot throw away the arrows for some reason. They just come back. Maybe they're cursed or something. What's going on? Just want to make some space. Okay, this works. I just had to make it 3x2. I thought maybe it was the same as the ropes. Let's try it again. I'd like to see the Tomb of Nasruddin. I'm sorry, but you don't wear the pilgrim's robes, and I don't appreciate being united. What? Aren't these the pilgrim robes? I guess there is a difference. All of these are priest robes. Maybe they know where to get one. Hello again, Gunter. Have you a moment? What is it you'd like to know? Few more questions. No, doesn't seem like he knows anything about that. If I had to guess, probably I could travel to a different temple. Maybe that's how you're supposed to do it. Unless they could tell me. No, he does not know anything either. The thick tome looks ancient. The pages are worn parchment with gold-leafed illustrations and illuminated letters. The cover says Arcanum. Yeah, I've read that before. Let's maybe travel to the starting location. Don't remember what the mining town is called. Shrouded Hills, yeah. I think there was a temple there. Although maybe not. No, that's not a temple. Okay. Let's just go to Tarant. There was a temple in Tarant. As I fall down from exhaustion. Okay, finally. Don't remember where the temple is though, so I'll have to look around. I think it was somewhere in the middle of town. Noted professor dies tragically. Read all about it. Yeah, I wonder what happened. Are the orcs still protesting? Don't see the factory here, so can't find out about it right now. I assume they are protesting. Yeah, they're still protesting. There's like a strike of orcs that want to unionize, or at least the ability to unionize. And I cannot, for the life of me, resolve that thing. Because it seems like I need a lot of persuasion, which I don't have. I think maybe this is the temple. No, it's not. It's somewhere south of here. Probably in the slums. I would use the underground, but I'm not allowed since powerful mages might disrupt the trains. Some kind of a warehouse. City dweller. Let me consult my map. This is the temple, so I have to go north instead. I thought maybe there wasn't anything here. Just forgot that this is the place. Would suck though if they don't have any pilgrim robes for me. I'm in need of your services. I'm glad you stopped in, my friend. Would you like a pamphlet before you go? No? What can you tell me about the Panari? Yeah, I know all that. What can you tell me about the pilgrimages? Nothing, I guess. The locked. It might not even be there. That's the thing. And he'll probably attack me if I try to open it. Yeah. Okay, let's just see what's inside. It was trapped. Jewel of Heisei. Beauty and charisma. Probably useful, but I don't want to kill the guy. Okay, let me look it up. Where to find the rope of a pilgrim. In the temple at Shrouded Hills. Wait, so I just had to go to Shrouded Hills. I don't remember what the temple is. I think that's the problem. Let's see. That's not the temple, that's... Is that the temple? I guess it could be. Let's look around. The sewer rat does not attack for some reason. Maybe there's like a cutoff of mob aggro if you're too high level for them. This can't be the Panari temple. Or maybe in this wooden chest? No. It's interesting, it says wood chest, but it's obviously like not a chest. Let's go outside. Don't actually remember. Okay. Shrouded Hills Temple. Where is the temple? There's one in Tarant as well, but I didn't find it. What's going on? Let's try it again. Maybe there's something else. Has to be somewhere around. Let's talk to the guy. Shiny new, shiny engine, I see my face. He likes his steam engine. Let's just walk into all of the houses. It's not the temple, that's not the temple. Oh, it's locked. Yeah, figures. In the temple at Shrouded Hills. Maybe I found it already and threw it away. That would be unfortunate, because I don't remember doing that actually. Let's try it around again. It's also possible that I need to make everyone wear it. So these might be the ropes I'm looking for. I guess I could try making them wait instead of following me. Panari Temple. It says right there. Oh, look at that. There's the chest, like... I see. I finally found it. It's in the corner. Barely visible. Now we're talking. Do we need to fly to Kaladin, right? Yeah, I think so. Would be kind of funny though if we finally get to see the remains and they are not there. Just like real life, you could say. Should save before talking to the guards though. Just in case. Hold there, what business have you here, friend? I'd like to see the tomb of Nazruddin. I'm sorry, but you all don't wear the pilgrim's robes, as I said. Only pilgrims are allowed to see the tomb. Good day to you. Makes sense. Wait here, wait here. I'd like to see the tomb. I'm sorry, but you all don't wear the... What? I guess he does not like them being here. This is strange, to say the least. Okay, wait here out of vision. Hopefully it would work. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'd like to see the tomb. He looks you over. Of course, brother. It's been many years since we've seen one wearing the pilgrim's robes. You are welcome here. We only ask you do not touch the sacred remains of our master, but you may spend as much time as you wish in the tomb. I see. Thank you. Are there any skeletons or zombies roaming around? Interesting that it's that easy to get inside of here. Skull from the tomb of Nazruddin. Let's get that. There are no remains other than that. Could I maybe conjure spirit? I cannot. There is a skeleton within the sarcophagus, dressed in ragged robes. The skeleton is missing its right finger. Oh, I see now. That's not Nazruddin, that's Manax. Can I go outside? Hold there, what business have you here? I'd like to see the tomb. Okay, now he opens the door. Thankfully I'm not trapped. Let's go. You can stop waiting now. Don't see Virgil anywhere though. That's unfortunate. Maybe I could tell that to Gunter. Hello again, Gunter, have you a moment? I've discovered something about the remains of Nazruddin. Ah, welcome back. I take it you've spoken with Hadrian. Have you found what is it you're looking for? Found something, but I don't know what it means. Tell him. Interesting. It seems that the proverbial wool has been pulled over our eyes, but for what reason? I suppose it could be that the early church elders believed that an ascension story might strengthen people's beliefs, but at the cost of another man's life? I found it very difficult to believe, but I have found something that I believe may confirm that those remains are false. What, Gunter? What did you find? Tell him of the blood message. Blood message. I don't remember seeing anything like that. Remember I told you I was working on those older translations. I found another passage from it that is inconsistent with the Arcanum we read today. Have you heard the passage where it talks about the final resting place of Nazruddin? Yes, Alexander told me. Well, today's Arcanum reads, Nazruddin traveled to the southernmost tip of the land, and there laid himself to rest. The copy I've been translating says almost the same exact thing, except for the one slight difference. It reads, Nazruddin crossed the waters and traveled to the southernmost tip of the land. What are you saying, Gunter? I'm saying that I don't think Nazruddin was buried here in Caledon. We have always just assumed that the scriptures were speaking of the mainland, and of course, when the remains were found, no one ever bothered to look again. So where are his remains? The southernmost tip of any land in Arcanum is the Isle of Thanatos, to the south of here. I think that is where you should go next. I might ask you a favor. If you have the time before you leave, perhaps you could uncover the truth behind Saint Manax? There are men here who would be interested in finding the responsible party. I might do that, but why do you think they did all of this? I don't know, my friend. Perhaps there is something about the actual remains of Nazruddin which they are afraid of. You should seek out his final resting place, and there I think you will find your answers. I will, Gunter. Thank you, and good day. Good luck to you. He says, let's talk to Hadrian. Hello, Hadrian. Could you spare a few moments? I've returned from the crypt. Then you found it, and what did you see there? I've brought back the skull for you to look at. Hadrian's manner toward you is detached, but he can't help revealing an obvious excitement over the skull. I suppose I'll take a look. Let's see here. What's that? What's this? What's wrong, Hadrian? The skull. You say this is the very skull from the sarcophagus in the burial chamber. Are you sure? I'm positive. Whatever is the matter. Probably that the skull is not elven. The skull is not... Yeah, it's a human skull. That's impossible. Hadrian slowly shake his head, lost in thought. There was some other strange thing about what I saw. What did you see? Something was drawn in blood on the inside of the sarcophagus. What was it? You said it was drawn in blood? Tell me what you saw. I don't know what that symbolizes, nor why it would be there. The word sounds like ancient Panarum, an ancient language used by the early church elders. It hasn't been used for centuries, but Gunther Wilhelm is an expert and would know what it means. If it was drawn in there by blood, they buried him alive? I noticed that the skeleton was also missing its right finger. His right finger. Hadrian's face goes pale. You know what that means? It couldn't be. What, Hadrian? What are you talking about? One of the objects I have here is the finger of Manox. There is a legend associated with it. It was never known if the finger was actually that of the great saint. It would seem that it might be very well be. And what does the legend say? Well, I know what the legend says. Are you saying that the body in the sarcophagus is Manox? I don't know. Good God. Hadrian looks dully out of the window. He obviously is in shock. Why would they have buried him in the tomb of Razudin? He trails off. There are no windows here as well. What did he look like? Hadrian, what are you going to do? I have no idea. This discovery, I'm speechless. He steadies himself against the desk. 2000 years and no one ever bothered to check. What fools have we been? He straightens himself. Listen, my friend, I recommend you go and speak with Gunther about this. Find out what the message says. I can be of no further use. He gazes beyond you, lost in thought. I'll get to the bottom of this, Hadrian, I promise. Hadrian laughs bitterly. Perhaps this was a stone better left unturned, my friend. It's not every day that one is faced with the negation of his belief. I'm so very sorry, Hadrian. I take my leave. What does Gunther has to say? Jade, I appreciate the fact you read the dialogue. Yeah, I like to read the dialogue because it's easier for me, because I can follow the story. Welcome to the stream, by the way. You're very welcome. Hello again. Have you discovered anything else about the remains of Nasruddin? Yes, tell him of the message in blood. I can tell you this. The two words in the message you saw, the first mean opposite and the second means truth. As to the broken ring, I have no idea. Broken ring? Well, thank you, Gunther. I'll look further into this. Thank you, my friend. I look forward to hearing about where you might be able to uncover. I think Alexander might know something. In the name of Nasruddin, I welcome you. Well, Alexander, I have seen some strange things. I have seen the inside of Nasruddin's crypt. What did you find? I retrieved the skull. It's human and not elven. Alexander's face goes hard as stone. This is grave news. Obviously the remains are a fake. If you find out what all of this means, return to me. Was there anything else? I made some observations concerning the crypt and the remains. Alexander's fist clenches when you tell him of Manax. You can see that he's just barely controlling his rage. I see. If you find out what all of this means, return to me. What else is there to find? If indeed my the blood of Manax was spilled for some darker plot, you can be assured that there will be retribution. I swear it by my life. Was there anything else? A few more strange things. Gunther found another discrepancy in the Arcanum. It seems like we've all been deceived, my friend. It seems your path no longer lies with us, but if you have the time, perhaps you could look into the message that was written in the inside of the crypt. Return to me. If you find what it means. Otherwise, good luck to you. I hope you find The final resting place of Nazruddin. Thank you, Alexander. Doesn't seem like I can tell him anything else. I must depart. What else is there to find? Unless there is something in the other basement. I think it could be the case. Especially considering that dark elves are around. I cannot interact with anything though. Maybe I could ask them. What is your business here? I'll be leaving now. I think there might be a meeting of some sort there later. But I'm not sure what kind of a meeting it is. Hadrian looks up to you with haunted eyes, but says nothing before lowering his head once again. Poor Hadrian. Do I have something in my inventory? Oh, I gave away the skull, that's why it has lit up. Maybe I could speak to Gunther once again. No, he does not know anything else. I could level up, get more charisma. Well, maybe I could save and see what it says on the save. Investigation of the remains of Nazareth have led you to conclude that he was not buried in Caledon. The island of Thanatos seems the next logical place to search for his remains. Yeah, probably. Let's make a new save. Because it might be that Thanatos is actually the end game. And there are some quests I haven't done yet. We could go to Thanatos by ship from Tarant. I don't exactly remember. I think in Ashbury there was a ship I could use. But it might be that I need to talk to someone else first, before actually departing. Let's wear some armor. Elven Chainmail allows me to cast magic. And have a lot of defenses. Dog walker. There's no... This is the... Can I use it? I don't suppose I could, but... The wheel won't turn even the slightest bit. I see. Then who do I see then? There was a captain who took us to the Isle of Despair, but he's not here anymore. Maybe ask this guy. Yes. Hello, I wish to book passage aboard your ship. Would you like to go? Can I go to Thanatos? Thanatos? You'll not find anyone fool enough to take you to that destination around here. Try Blackroad. That place is full of desperate fools. What is Blackroad? Maybe... he can tell me. No, he cannot take me to Blackroad, unfortunately. Where is Blackroad? Can I ask someone else? Hello, how do I book a passage aboard the ship? You're talking to the wrong guy, mister. Climb aboard and speak to the captain. He is the one you're looking for. Nah, he does not want to take me anywhere. Maybe I have discovered Blackroot at some point. Oh, he's probably at the Isle of Despair, right? You're unable to teleport to this location. Ah, god damn it. Hardin's Pass. I haven't actually been there because I used the teleport to travel. Let's look up where Blackroot actually is. I suppose it's like maybe on the southwest somewhere. Yeah, it's exactly there. I could go there from Shrouded Hills. Maybe there's something new at the bridge even. That would be kinda cool. Nothing new here though. Should be able to leave about now, yeah. So let's go here. Blackroot is like right here. Hopefully there are no nasty monsters along the way. Can I find it? It's like right here. There it is. Let's go. Looks like a western. Hello. Hello, sir. Might I ask you some questions? I cannot ask him any questions as usual with the guards. Yes, can I help? Hello, might I ask you a question? What do you need, sir? Any new paths this way lately? Have you seen Killian Drake down at the Sour Barnacle? I've never seen a luckier dice player in my life. Many thanks. What can you tell me about the Isle of Thanatos? I've never even heard of it. Oh, that's how it is. Let's try to get a ship. It's interesting that there is a whole town I didn't even know existed in this game. Doesn't seem like it has any major quests. Maybe it does. If Thanatos is indeed the end of the game, I probably would do another stream to see all the interesting stuff I missed, basically. Let's save the game. They'll probably ask us for a lot of money, right? Sir, who are you? I'm the master shipbuilder here in Blackroot. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Shipbuilder? Do you have any ships for sale? He smiles widely at you. Why, yes I do. As a matter of fact, he indicates the boat behind them. We just finished building this one right here. It's a steal for 50,000 coins. I don't have that much coin. Perhaps we can work something out. He laughs. I'm truly sorry, but I have no epic adventure to send you on to retrieve magical family heirloom. 50,000 is the price, and that's fine. I see. There is another ship here. Yes, what can you be wanting me for? Can I book passage to Thanatos? Thanatos, are you daft? This boat will never go there. I see. It's strange that I could not travel here from Ashbury by ship. Maybe because I didn't know of this town yet. Well, it seems that I need 50,000 coins. I was promised 20,000 for the assassination, but that's barely enough. Half-orc shopkeeper. Hey, you one of those powerful mages? You are. What an honor to meet you, mister. Is there something I can help you with today? Well, let's trade. It's interesting that he seems to be a tech merchant, but he still talks to mages. Falchion. Oh, that's some gold. That's kinda useful. And some more gold. And some more gold. Maybe I'm supposed to do the dungeons now. Just sell the loot or something. What is this place? Looks interesting. Is someone in need of my service? Perhaps. Just guards in here. Human noble. Yes, what do you want? Who are you? I am the mayor of Blackroot, and who, may I ask, are you? I'm harmful elf. Would you have any work for me? Not at this time. Perhaps you might check back with me later. I must depart. Unfortunate. There is another building here though. What is this one about? There's something strange. Human villager. Pleased to meet you, good woman. Might I ask your name? I am Mrs. Cameron, stranger. You appear to be well traveled. Tell me, have you seen my son? Your son? Who is your son? Liam. My son is Liam Cameron, the inventor. I haven't seen him in really 2 months. Just so unlike him. I was wondering if you passed by his workshop on your travels. His workshop. I'm afraid I must have come a different route. He's a tinkerer, like his father before him. Always working on some new gadget. He built himself a workshop about 3 days' travel into the woods, so he wouldn't be disturbed. And he's missing. His normal routine was to trek back here once a month, to visit me and stock up on supplies. It's been nearly 2, and I haven't heard a thing. What's with the strange happenings going on in the woods? I'm very worried. I see why you would be concerned. Would you like me to find them? Would you? I'll be grateful. I realize it's a mother place to worry, but this is so unlike Liam. I appreciate any attempt you could make to locate him. Here, show me on my map where the workshop is. Oh, here. It's right here. She points on a spot on your map. I'll bring you news. Let's save. Yeah, it seems that there's no way but to find the money. Somewhere.
Greetings!
Oh, he's voiced. Hello, sir. Might I ask who you are?
Me? The name's Payne. Franklin Payne. Adventurer, explorer, scientist, and honorary doctor in the... Oh, blast all of that. Just call me Franklin and let's be done with it. So good to make your acquaintance.
Oh, that's cool. I've heard of him. Well met, Franklin. Do you have a few moments?
Yes, of course.
Tell me, Franklin, what are you doing here in Blackroot?
Oh, just stopping in for supplies. That, and I've just, added another head to my collection here in the den. Finally bagged myself a howling bog dweller up in the dark fens. 20 feet of him, and bloody tough, too. They almost shipped me home in an ice barrel.
Why, what happened?
Well, wouldn't you know it, my blunderbuss old Mary gave up the ghost just as the beast was charging. Have you ever seen a raging howler set his sights on you? Enough to give you a good case of the muckies, eh?
And so, out with it, man.
And so, I just turned old Mary around and used the stock as a club. Things were hairy for a moment or two, but I finally got the better of the beast. Right! And there you have it. Smashing good time. Smelly bastard, though.
Oh, I see. As always, voice acting in this game is superb. You said you were stopping for supplies. Supplies for what?
Why, for whatever the next adventure is, my good friend. One can never be too prepared, you know. My kingdom for a compass and all that. Well, we're pushing off at first light. Or was it the day after tomorrow? Well, whichever. It's a big world out there, full of mystery and danger. No time to waste. Yes, of course.
Tell me about some of your adventures, Franklin.
Adventures? Mine? Well, there's really not much to tell. Bloody newspapers are always blowing these things way out of proportion. You'd think they'd never heard of a man fighting a pair of fire giants with his bare hands. Standard fare, really. Nothing you'd be terribly interested in.
Still, I'd like to hear some of them.
Oh, well, if you must. Ask away! Which adventure do you want to hear about?
Tell me of the most dangerous place you've ever been.
Oh, by far the most dangerous place I've ever been is the Isle of Thanatos. They call it Monster Island, or some such. But what they should call the bloody place is Hell! Ha! I have never seen a more complete collection of the world's most abominably evil creatures in all my life. Words can't possibly describe the danger. Absolutely fantastic! Oh, can't wait to go back!
Oh, that's interesting. I just happened to be going there myself.
Really? Brilliant! Sounds like a smashing good time. Hoist the Jolly Roger and all that. Good luck to you!
You know, Franklin, I could use a man like you when I get there.
Eh? What's that? Me going out to Thanatos? Now, there's a cracking good idea if ever I've heard one. I don't happen to have another adventure scheduled for a while. Yes! Yes, that just might work out fine!
So you'll come meet me?
No, I think you'd best go out adventuring for a while and come back later.
I see.
Was there anything else, old boy?
I think I'm too low level for him. Yeah, he's level 35, I'm level 29. So if I'm level 33, I'll be able to recruit
We
him.
meet once again. Yes, of course.
Tell me about some of your adventure.
Oh, well, if you must. Ask away.
Tell me of your
Which
greatest
adventure do you want to hear about?
battle ever.
Right. Well, I was on safari in Stillwater, on the track of that dreaded beast, the Stillwater Giant.
Yes.
Somehow, I'd been separated from my party, and I was searching a cave I found in the forest. In the back of that cave, I found a small blue rabbit. Blue, like a baboon's backside. Bloody strange. But I wasn't on the hunt for that sort of thing, so I turned to go.
Oh wait, don't tell me.
As soon as I turned, I heard something move behind me. Something big. So I looked back And there, standing in front of me, was the most awful creature I've ever seen.
Let me guess, huge shaggy big antlers on its head. He probably is going to talk about the bunny because that's like a Monty Python reference, and I've been in that cave in Stillwater. There is a bunny with bones and skulls and such.
Too right! Ah, this thing was terrible! Hairy bugger, and it smelled like a bloated corpse hog. A mouth full of teeth like foot-long razors, blood-stained claws on its hands and feet, and a pair of 6-foot antlers on its head. Now, I'm no coward, old boy, but I've got no problem telling you that I just about filled my union suit.
Oh, I see. So, I guess I was wrong. And so?
So, this was the Stillwater Giant. He was my quarry. Nothing else mattered. My trusted blunderbuss, old Mary, was all botched up. So, I had only a small knife with which to battle the mythical beast. The fight raged for what seemed like hours. More than a few times, I thought I was dead as mutton.
What happened?
Somehow, I got the upper hand, and just as I was about to dispatch the beast once and for all, the bugger changed back into a bloody rabbit and hopped away. Oh, dash it, of all the bad luck.
Oh, that's how it is. Maybe I need to go back and kill that rabbit. Would the Stillwater Giant appear? I think that would be crazy. But I guess it's worth trying. Let's hear about some more of your adventures.
Oh, well, if you must. Ask away.
Tell
Which
me-
adventure do you want to hear about?
Okay, tell me of your most valuable thing you've ever recovered.
I don't know if you're a religious sort, but every now and again I'll do some work for the Panari Church. They've always got work for a man who's not afraid to, dirty his hands.
I see. What sort of work have you done for the church?
Legend told that one of the barbarian tribes in the south worshipped a smooth black rock, and the church got a burr in its bustle about it. They were convinced it was the Eye of Krakatoa, and that's not just its name. It's really supposed to be the eye of the bloody demon. They say old Nasruddin popped it right out when he banished the bugger to the void. Huh, imagine that.
Balthazar says, well, I'm off. Have a good morning or afternoon. Yeah, it's evening for me over here. I'll be finishing up in 17 minutes or so. You have a great day, man. It's been nice talking to you. So what did you do, Franklin Payne?
Well, you know how barbarians are. Superstitious bunch. Couldn't go to the loo in the morning without kissing the damn thing. So, needless to say, they weren't at all happy when I showed up dressed like one of their bone-nosed witch doctors and plucked it right out from under their noses. The whole damned horde was after me.
So how did you get away?
So, you see, I knew that close by was an ogre village. Bloody disagreeable bunch as well, and ogres aren't the most tolerant gents to begin with. So, I ran as fast as I could right through the ogre village, screaming obscenities and making a general nuisance of myself. And those ogres came out just as the barbarians were coming through. Ha ha! What a sight! I almost doubled over laughing. Brilliant!
Oh, I see. That's a good idea. Although I don't think in the game mobs ever turn on each other, so would have been nice if they did.
Oh, well, if you must. Ask away! Which adventure do you want to hear about?
Edward Teach told me of your adventure with the fire giants.
What? You know Edward Teach? Well, isn't that just the Colonel's codpiece? Captain Teach is one of the greatest sailors in all of Arcanum. And that boat of his, the Gypsy Shadow. Not a more solid piece of shipwork between here and the Serpent Spine. Well, fancy that! Jolly good! So, the captain told you the story already?
Yeah, but why don't you tell me your version, Franklin?
Right. So, there we were. Captain Teach and I, hundreds of miles away from the mainland, the bloody volcanic Serpent Spine mountains belching lava above us, and the dreaded shade sharks below. as big as the gypsy shadow herself. Half the men were on their knees on the deck, praying for a quick and painless death.
And so what happened?
Well, I was there to get some fire gems. And so, that's just what I was going to do. Unfortunately, the fire giants who own them weren't being very cooperative. Have you ever spoken with a fire giant? Breath like the rear end of a dreadhound bitch in heat. And bad grammar to top it off. Really?
Really? Doesn't even have it here in the dialogue. How did you get the gems?
Well, like a complete idiot, I'd forgotten old Mary was on the boat. And all I had was an old rusted sword. I realized that was bloody useless after the first swing, so I tossed it aside. Now, normally, I'd not resort to fisticuffs with a family of fire giants. But, what was I to do?
Yeah, what?
Well, with a bit of luck and a few well-placed blows, I was running back to the boat with a handful of fire gems. Enough to scare a man out of his skivvies. But a brilliant time all around. Oh, I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
I see. Seems to be, how would you say it, quite a competent fellow. Competent adventurer. Does not covered from a fight, you could say. Damn, I have no idea where to get the 50,000. Yes, and who might you be? My name is Grunwald. Hello, Grunwald, might I speak with you for a moment? Surely. What is it you do here, Grunwald? Some call me an apothecary, but I'm an alchemist by trade. It seems I've been blessed with the gift of making poisons. Well, some might consider that a curse. Yes, some might, but the world needs men such as I, as much as it needs priests or warriors. We all play the part given us. Any more blabber and you'll play the Russian calls? What? Where did that come from? Oh, farewell. I would assume that I would need to get the poison from him to kill the king. But I've not been told to do so. The inventor suddenly seems to realize something about you. Oh dear, you cannot come into my shop, mage. Surely you must know the effect of your aura will have on my fine instruments. You must leave at once. Good day to you then. It's a chest, although it is openable. Take my words back. There's a blacksmith. I do not associate with elves. It was rude. Are you the blacksmith? I am. Name is Garrett Olmsted. I see. The dancing needle. There's a tailor. Hey, you're one of those powerful mages, right? Oh, I'm so excited to meet you. What can I do for you today, mister? Interested in trading? There's some dresses. A medallion. But it's like just a medallion. I don't think it's magical in any way. I still don't know what this necklace does. Necklace of Queen Knasia. Unfortunately. Should I sell the pilgrim's robes? I don't think so. Probably a bad idea. Can't sell anything really. Nothing that would be useful to sell, at least. Gidris charms and magical potions. Is there anyone here? Oh yeah. It will be a pleasure to assist you, Great Mage. What do you need? Let us barter. Dorian amulet. I have the same exact one, I think. I have not seen this though. Venom shielded garment. Interesting. And the staff. The staves, it seems, have spells on them. And I kind of forgot about that. But it's not useful at this point, so doesn't matter. I guess I could try and look for the workshop then. Just before I end the stream. And then I'll have to figure out how to get the money. Ah, a thief in my house. What do you want? Who are you? I'm just an old hedge wizard, minding my own business. Please do not molest me. What? Excuse me, good sir. Tyron's note. What is that about? The crow is in danger. Tyron. Okay. Window is unlocked. You could sometimes open windows and climb through them, and in that kind of fashion rob places if you want to. Let's go to the workshop. Probably could have teleported there, but might as well go by foot if I started it. The lights are on. That's a good sign. Oh, maybe not. A cabinet is something useless. He's not around though. Locked chest. Let's unlock it. Could sleep in his bed if I wanted to. Scroll of disperse magic. Discontinues all spells on the target. That could probably be very important. So let's take it. Witch Pain. Let's take that as well. Might be useful. Is there nothing else here? It seems like it's just a chest. Another cabinet with bread and water. So he has supplies. Something happened to him. He's probably alive. Liam Cameron's journal. Yeah, that's exactly what I need right now. Let's see what happened to him. December 12, 1884. My latest invention is nearing completion. I am having some difficulty regulating the magnetic flow along the conductive path, yet I'm hopeful that I will solve the dilemma shortly. Liam. January 8, 1885. I have encountered a strange beast today. It appeared to be a large, glowing light, yet as I watched its blue glow hover through the trees, a deathly chill crept over me. I left the area immediately. January 13. Again, I have seen a strange beast. It appeared in countenance to be some devilish cross betwixt an ordinary pig. It's difficult to see what it says, especially considering the strange wording, and some sort of bull-like creature. As before, I was able to avoid confronting the creature. My progress on my latest project has halted. Maybe altered. Maybe faltered. Yeah, probably faltered. The woods are haunted by all manner of strange beasts. I must discover what has happened and try to set it right. January 29th, I have found it. After much searching of the forest, I found the demon light from which the beasts are emanating. It appears to be some type of vortex or portal. The beasts come forth from the interior with what appears to be no set order. I have some scrolls to disperse magic on hand. I pray they are enough to destroy the portal. Alas, the scroll was a failure. It seems my technological demeanor has become such that even the smallest of magics will no longer function in my presence. I sustained minor wounds during the battle with beastly lizard creature. I must design a mechanical means of closing the portal. It's probably impossible. Make haste. I believe the contraption I have put aside might be my only hope. I have designed a mechanism that, when employed, should cap the portal, sealing it from the side. I need only to make a few more adjustments and it will be ready. It is ready. I have given it the simple nomenclature, magic trap. I have made two, one as a reserve. I leave immediately to seal the portal. I shall try my best to avoid the creature roaming rampant through the wood. If I fail, I beg those who read this journal to return it to my mother, Mrs. Cameron, in Blackrod. May the gods preserve us, Liam Cameron. I think I might be able to find them, and if I had resurrect, I could resurrect them, possibly. But I don't have any resurrect spells on me. Maybe I do. Let's see. Probably not. I don't remember getting it. That's the thing. Yeah. You need level 45? Maybe 15. Yeah, you need level 15, I think. And 18 willpower, which I have. So there is that. But I'm nowhere near enough points to get it. Let's see. Is there some around here? I don't suppose so, but it might be the case. Probably have to look around the wood. Doesn't seem to be anything in the wood. I'm sure if I look hard enough I would find it. But there does not seem to be anything. Let's go somewhere here maybe. One last step. Well, doesn't seem like... I think I would need to look it up on my own time. And right now I think the stream has to end because I have to go do some other stuff. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching live, maybe if you're watching the VOD. It's fun to stream this sometimes. So have a great day and take care. Hope you are doing well as well in these interesting times. And that's it, pretty much. Goodbye.